this is Rick from Guitar Hangar, and I am holding in my hands the completed restoration of Glen Buxton's SG from the Alice Cooper group. I'm not sure of the exact year that this was, because all we really got was a body with a big giant broken neck cavity. And I saw this guitar originally when Neal brought it in. We were mixing his album Greenfire, and he brought this in, just the body. He had just acquired it from some guy, and you know, I took a picture of it and I put it up on Facebook, and everybody recognized it right away. It was really cool, but we didn't know what to do with it, and it took us probably a year or two before we finally sat down and said, all right, let's do this. And I called in a guy that has worked on a lot of guitars for me. His name's Pat Wilkins, and between Pat and I, here it is, back to life and playing again. Pat did a great job manufacturing the neck and getting this was a complete shattered disaster right here, rebuilding this whole part, and we had no electronics in it at all. It was really just this bare body. We got Gibson supplied us with some correct period aged hardware and pickups and things of that nature, and it's back together again. A little star. I gotta tell you, I almost wish that I didn't have to give this to Neal. This guitar plays so good now. He's gonna love it. Neal hasn't seen it yet, so we're gonna try and actually catch him when he comes through the door, so you'll actually see the look on his face when he gets reunited with his old friend here. I'm just gonna play it a little bit more now because it plays really good. I played a lot with Dennis Dunaway, and we did a ton of Alice Cooper songs. I've had the pleasure of playing with actually the entire band, and I was part of the band when we did when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame. I got to sing background thanks to Dennis calling me in at the last minute. So I've gotten to actually be part of the Alice Cooper group with each of them individually as well as together. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna, without further ado, just do a little more noodling. love this guitar, and I hope Neal will too. So we will postpone this video for a tad until Neal gets here, which should be 15-20 minutes, and I'm going to bring it out of the back room, and hopefully the look on his face will be nicer than not. Hello everyone, Rick from Guitar Hangar here. I'd like to introduce you to my, I think we can say we're friends at this point.
Yeah, after 350 years.
Yeah. Neal Smith of the original Alice Cooper group.
Hello Rick, how are you?
I'm good, my friend.
Good to see you, Rick.
So just briefly, we were mixing Greenfire, your solo album.
Latest Killsmith CD, yeah.
Yep, and you graced me one day with this train wreck of a body and said, look what I just got.
Guitar body, let's correct
Yes,
that.
yeah, guitar body.
Plenty of those other ones. Sure.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about those on film.
Yeah.
And what was it, maybe a year or two after that, we actually talked about making it a whole guitar again.
Restoring it, yeah, from scratch, and there's quite a history to the guitar.
Exactly. So we spent, when did we officially start working on it? Maybe
It was October.
6 months ago?
It was 8 months.
8 months ago?
Yeah. It was in the fall of 2016.
So the last time it was in your hands, it was about that big.
Yes, it's grown, I understand.
Let me go get it.
Awesome. 1001, 1002.
Right. See, we don't even know if your eyes are closed. I present you with, wow, Glen's guitar.
This is freaking amazing. This is the resurrection of a body that was the Love It to Death killer and Schools Out custom SG of Glen Buxton, our lead guitar player in the Alice Cooper group.
Now, do we know what year it was actually? Was it a...
No, we never know. All we know is it's the second SG model, which started in 1966.
Two, I think, was the...
No, the original model was 62.
Right.
And the second model,
version of it?
the second version of it with the full pickguard
Right.
was, according to Todd Money at Gibson,
Mhm.
was 1966
Okay.
to the early 70s.
Yeah, because I saw at least 3 dates online when I was trying to figure out what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, well, there's no serial number because the guitar neck is gone. Actually, Dennis Dunaway has the original guitar neck for this guitar.
But the headstock's missing on that.
But the
It's
headstock's
just-
missing. It could have never been reattached.
Right.
It has a whole new back on it up in this area, a whole new neck, obviously, and beautifully done by a great guitar maker,
Pat Wilkins.
Pat Wilkins,
Yeah,
in Van Nuys, California, and he was the one that was the person that put this all together. Yeah, this is great. This has got the original alligatored back
Yep.
on the guitar and everything. You probably can't see it from there, but trust me, it does. And man, it feels great.
I was really enjoying it. It plays so slinky, and
You ever played Schools Out on it yet?
I did first. Well, it was the first thing I did off camera was I played Schools Out on it
Cool.
when I was just tuning it up. But on camera, I think it was probably. I think I started with 18. I tried to be chronological,
Yeah.
but I think I screwed up and did $1 Billion Babies before Schools Out. So.
Well, on the back of the Love It to Death album, you can clearly see the screws in this pickguard that goes all the way around
Right.
the pickguard.
And you said Glen was kind of famous for taking his guitar apart every other day and swapping stuff around.
He took everything apart every other day. his room looked like a mechanic. He had guitar parts everywhere, and a couple pistols. He took those apart all the time. So things were.
They are interchangeable with guitars.
Yeah, I think he.
pistol.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did do something there. And so he would. The point I think you're getting at is that the original custom tailpiece vibrato. Dennis actually has that, but Glen took that off, and he would put the Bigsby horseshoe on it,
Right.
and interchange them back and forth. So you see a lot of photographs of Glen with the original tailpiece.
Right, right.
And then with the horseshoe. He had it in nickel, but when I restored the guitar, I wanted it to be in the gold.
Right. Which is why there's a lot of people that think he had more than one guitar, but it was really the one guitar that he just kept altering all the time.
He may have had an earlier model, but I have seen no pictures to 100% prove that. I will send you, and you can include them in this piece here, especially this star. Because
Right.
at one point, Dennis and Glenn both put these glow-in-the-dark stars on their guitars.
Right.
And Glenn has one photograph where it's going all the way
Up and around.
up and around, and there's only one left. This is the one that's left.
Right.
So that's a definitive, like, fingerprint for this
Right.
guitar.
Right.
And the other thing is the neck that Dennis has also fit perfectly on where the break was on the back.
So at one point you did match the two together
Through photographs. not-
Oh, okay.
Through photographs. But we never matched them.
Well, I will attest, there was the neck, this whole neck joint needed to be rebuilt because it wasn't like the neck just broke out of the guitar.
We'll put a photograph in this.
Yes, I mean, the whole thing was pretty much like El Kabonged, and
No, so I don't know the story at all of what happened to the guitar. All I know that in 2012, I was approached by someone that had a lot of, who knew Glenn from the late 70s and early 80s, before he left Connecticut for Arizona. And he had a lot of, I call them Glen Buxton artifacts. Some of them actually were Alice's too.
right,
There was a fake elephant foot that was a stand for umbrellas, an umbrella holder.
I have one.
Yeah, who doesn't? And there were some other things, because Glenn, going back to our days in art class, he liked to do collages. And he would take all kinds of crazy pictures and glue them together. And I knew these things were all Glenn's.
Right, right.
And he had the body to this guitar. And this was the only thing I was interested in.
Sure.
And I worked it out, and I heard that it couldn't be restored, but obviously there it is in
Anybody can,
person.
anything can be restored as long as you have the patience and the right guys with the right tools. And I was really glad that I knew the right guys for you. And dude, it was an honor to be part of this thing. And thank you for including me and trusting me.
I appreciated it, and also Todd Money from Gibson. He was very important in the process of this restoration. And again, your friend Pat from Pat Wilkins.
Pat Wilkins, yeah.
Was the person that coordinated everything, and
Yeah.
and what we couldn't buy was custom made. So and it's all original reproduction stuff. And so there it is. And when I write my next Killsmith album, this is a guitar I'm going to be playing.
Awesome.
Or you're going to be playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can play the rhythm.
Somebody will be.
Yeah, I can play the rhythm. He has to play the lead.
So just a couple of things to go over the features of how the electronics work on this, which is kind of interesting. So normally, like normal SG, two pickup SGs, you have a volume tone for each pickup, and then you select what pickup you're on here. Down would be your treble pickup, and up would be your neck pickup, and then in the middle would be both pickups. Well, in this case, what you have is a volume, master tone, and this, instead of being a tone, is actually the middle pickup. So when you turn this up, you can blend the middle pickup into any of the other selections that you have. So if you have it on the bridge position, turn this up, and now you have the bridge and the middle position pickup. And same with the neck, and you can just dial the middle pickup in anytime you want. And that's how that works. It's got a Bigsby trem, and it's got Grover tuners. Pat did a really nice job on the neck, the inlay. Very, very cool job. It was difficult to match it up to have a brand new neck look like this body, which had been through a war zone. But he did a great job. You know, it really looks cool. And I'm real happy for Neal. I know that he was very, very nervous about turning this project over to me or anyone. I mean, it was, you know, it just meant so much to him. And I'm just so glad that he trusted me enough to let me kind of, what would I be, the contractor for this job? Because I certainly didn't do the work myself, but I knew the right people to get it done. So again, many thanks to Pat Wilkins and the guys at Gibson. Congrats, my friend.
Gracias, amigo. I was wondering about how good the mother of pearl will look on it, but I know he's protected it so much over the process, during the process. It looks pretty good. Looks beautiful, matter of fact. I mean, it's such a great combination with all this junk on it, you know.
Yeah.
I told Alice about the A that's carved in there.
Yeah.
He says, I wonder what that stands for. No, he did. He says, I wonder what that, he said, he's probably trying to remember the key that the song was in.
Right, sure.
Anyway.
I love this guitar.